At 25 years old, before I met my husband, before you were even a thought in the world, I was diagnosed with aggressive breast cancer. Hi. Say hi. Can you say hello? Can you say hello? No? Hi. My name is Leah. And I didn't think I'd be starting out like this, sitting here in the morning. We've been awake for a little over an hour. No makeup, hair's beautiful, right? Just stunning. You look fantastic. Thank you for showing up in your best. Makes me look bad, can't help it. But anyways, I was thinking about it and thinking if I wait to get myself done up or presentable, this is just never gonna happen. And that's just not really what I stand for. Right, baby? No, it's not. This is Hunter. This is my son, the light of my life. And the reason we don't get ready here as much anymore. But anyways, I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for quite some time now. And I just really didn't think that I had too much to offer in terms of what's already out there in content. But lately I have changed my mind. Because I think that we do things a little bit differently here in this house, don't we, Mr. Hunter Man? Yeah, especially at least considering what's out there in the world of mommy bloggers and YouTubers, and everything is Instagram perfect, and we've made homemade baby food for every single meal, and here's our baby-led weaning recipes and inspiration. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with baby-led weaning. You can see right here, he's working on some blueberries, so I think that's great. But I think there's like a lot of standards to live up to, a lot of comparisons, and kind of just ways to eat you up as a mom, that you're not doing enough, that you're covered in dog hair, that your to-do list isn't long enough, that you're not worthy enough, that you're not a good enough mom because your baby doesn't know sign language yet. You know what I mean. If you're out there in the mommy world, I don't have to explain it to you. We don't do that here. Never have, never will. And I think to understand why, and to see if maybe this is a channel you'd be interested in watching, I'll have to tell you a little bit about my story, my journey at becoming a mama, and my family. So I am 29 years old. This little man is 9 months on Monday. Today is a Thursday, so just a couple more days, and then this guy, 9 months old, you're such a big boy. Yes, you are. But he was an absolute miracle to us. Yes! Say hi, I'm 9 months old. Say hi, I'm Hunter Jackson and I'm 9 months old. Yes, you are. He's a cutie. I know, I made him. But I'm 29 years old, and I think I have a little bit of a unique perspective on being a mom because I feel like I'm in a Miss America pageant. Oh, is this my kitten? We'll introduce the whole gang of creatures at some point, but for now, can you stay out of frame and stop eating baby's blueberries? Thank you. At 25 years old, before I met my husband, before you were even a thought in the world, I was diagnosed with aggressive breast cancer, 25 years old. Sorry, I'm getting emotional just like saying that word and looking at him, and then like, wow, little messy boy. He's a good boy. And just realizing how far my life has come. You know what I mean? But yes, I was diagnosed with aggressive breast cancer, and my whole world was turned upside down. And if that's something that you guys are interested in hearing more about, maybe that's something I can make in a separate video. But just to kind of summarize, like, it was not a fun time, as you can imagine. Not like him, he's a fun time. It was 15 months of really, really aggressive, really intense treatment. Your life does not go back to normal after treatment ends. There's always a fear of it coming back. There's a lot of mental health repercussions to going through something like that, especially at such a young age. I'm not saying it's easy when you're older, but it's just not something that you even is on your radar at 25 years old. You know what I mean? and like you're just starting to become independent, but I didn't have like family nearby. I wasn't in a relationship, or at least a stable relationship, one that I could count on. So I was very much alone, and it was very, very challenging, and it completely redefined all my priorities. While I was going through that, before I had to start treatment, I was told that treatment could make me infertile, and being a mom is always something that I wanted, always. It was always part of the plan, right, little buddy? And so that was very, very, very terrifying to hear. On top of being told like, hey, you got cancer, like start contemplating your mortality. Anyway, but I had then had to go through IVF treatment. I say IVF treatment, but it's just a step in the process. But I had to do an egg harvesting procedure. Which you know anything about that, that's a lot. And this is all before starting chemo. Once I had my eggs harvested, I had hyperstimulation. I was in the hospital, and I started chemo like 3 days later. Great story. A lot of big words. But anyways, it was just something that I, like, after treatment, could I get pregnant? Huge question mark. Didn't know. Had eggs on ice. Always anticipated it to be a big process if we were going to try to get pregnant. Probably very expensive. Flash forward a lot of really rough years later, I meet my husband. We're actually not even married at the time. Big surprise, unplanned miracle. This little gem of a human being, we're told, is coming into our world. You know I'm talking about you. And we start our life together. Oh, in your ear. I think he's getting another tooth. Oh no, baby. We might have to play his fire truck song and come back a little bit later. Sometimes when he gets real fussy during mealtime, we have to put on some music. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, so it's actually been really challenging on my end to finish wrapping up this little piece of story. I've gotten a couple interruptions. I've tried filming it a couple of times. And I think my son's going to be waking up soon. So I'm going to really try to get this finished up. Where I ended off last was kind of telling you a little bit about what my journey as a mom and what it looks like now, and why it might, if you're looking for a mommy YouTuber to watch, why it might be me. I don't know, it doesn't have to be, but just kind of give you a snippet and an inside look. I finished talking about letting you guys know that I'm a cancer survivor, and how that has influenced my journey so far on becoming a mom. So I ended off about finishing treatment and meeting my husband, and finding out we were pregnant with our little miracle, and we didn't know if we could get pregnant. Brief recap, kind of for myself more than for you. But I just choked on my own spit. I'm not cutting it out. I'm not doing this again. We're just going straight through. But yes, so we found out we were pregnant, and we really had to reevaluate how we wanted our son to grow up. So at the time we found out we were pregnant, we were living in a different part of the state, a little over maybe almost 2 hours away from his family. And my husband has an amazing family, and they're my family now. And I am super, super, super close with my in-laws. And I say that with no hesitation, no fear that I'm, I have to say that because they're watching this. But his mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, his mother, is legitimately my very best friend in the whole world. And we don't even say in-laws, like mother, father, like that's what we are. And that's how it feels. And I'm so grateful for that, because that's just not how I grew up. I have family and I love them, but it's not the same. So seeing my husband and his family and how he grew up really made me realize that I needed that for my son. And I am a professional. I had a career. I have a master's degree. I was working in social services. I'm a licensed professional. I have a lot of background in psychology and development. I worked with children and adolescents. And I love my job. I love being able to help people, but it can be kind of thankless in that field. You're not making a ton of money. You're working really long hours. There were days I wasn't getting home till 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And just like realizing I wouldn't be home to tuck my baby in for bed, and I'd have to pay probably more than half my paycheck to have a stranger watch my child. And that's just really not, I didn't want my energy and my education and my love and my attention really, it wouldn't be wasted because I'd be helping children, but I want to direct that energy into my child. I didn't have the perfect childhood, and I don't want to repeat bad patterns. I want to be present, and it is a privilege to be able to stay home with my baby. I know a lot of people cannot even fathom doing that. My husband busts his behind. He's an entrepreneur. He's a businessman. He's a genius. He could probably make more money than me with his hands tied behind his back. And he's just, he's an inspiration with that. So, there's sacrifices to be made there. He works incredibly long hours. I'm not just talking like, he gets home at 6, we eat dinner together, we spend the evening together, and that's that. No, he owns his own business. So sometimes he gets home from work, and even though he's there, he's not there. We have office. Sometimes he eats his dinner in his office, unfortunately. I hate that for us. That's not ideal, but he's building a business. He has to, and there are times he'll be laying in bed with me, we'll be watching TV, and he's working on his phone. And so there's not a whole lot of, undivided attention there, which I don't hold against him. He's doing it because we decided that we wanted our baby to have a parent with him, at least for the first couple of years. It's not saying I won't ever go back to work. I very well may do so in the future, in the near future. Who knows? Things are definitely different because of the pandemic. So we're just taking it day by day. Right now, definitely, we still want me at home with him for the foreseeable future. Again, a huge privilege. I don't for a second doubt that. But we moved up here closer to his family. We literally live a mile down the road from his parents, which I love. I get to see my mother-in-law multiple times a day. She comes over for coffee every morning. It's amazing. And I'm blessed. I can't imagine. I think back to where I was. Oh, he's waking up. I think back to where I was just a couple of years ago when I had cancer, thinking I was going to die. I was by myself. I had nothing really, to now I have a loving husband, the baby I always wanted. I live in a beautiful house. I have 2 beautiful, gorgeous dogs. I have a family who loves me. I'm supported. I have a sign above my kitchen that says, I still remember the days I prayed for the things that I have now. And that could not be more true. I could thank God every second of every day, and it would not be enough for the complete 180 that my life has taken. However, and I hate saying that right after just giving gratitude and the thanks. I went back to sleep. We're good. That I just gave. But we moved up next to family while I was pregnant. I left my job, a huge life changes, and it was right before the pandemic hit, and nobody could anticipate kind of, the repercussions of that. And it is lonely. Like I said, my husband works all the time. Sometimes the only human being I really see is my mother-in-law on a daily basis, besides obviously from my baby, but and I do see my husband every night, but a lot of times it's just eat something, take a shower, and get to bed. You're beat. And so, we do need to be a little bit more intentional about spending date night together, but it's so lonely. And I found a lot of solace in and community in watching mom vloggers. And so what could I add to that equation? There's not a lot. I don't have my life together like these women do. I don't know how to edit. I don't have perfect lighting. I don't have a lapel mic. I'm going to be filming on my phone for a little bit and see how that goes. Yes, what could I offer? And I think that my experiences offer me a unique perspective on motherhood and slow living and priorities. I don't care how I look. I don't care that, to society. I don't care if it doesn't seem like I have it all together. Don't care if my house is spotless. Now, I clean all the time, don't get me wrong, because I want my family to have a nice home. But I certainly, I have laundry piled up in my closet that needs to be put away from Monday, and it's Thursday. I'm not by any means the model mom. And I hate that even exists as a standard. I want to be part of the community to show everybody back to basics. I think the pandemic has really shown kind of everyone that in a way that I had to learn a few years prior because of my experience with cancer. I think kind of the rest of the world is now like getting those same lessons. But I'm never gonna try to set a standard as a mom. My priorities are my priorities. If my house is dirty, I'd rather just sit and play with my baby. You know, if he's teething, I'm not gonna put him in a room and make him be by himself. I mean, you know, or just stick him, you know, and let him play by himself when he needs attention. I'm going to be the kind of mom that lets everything else slide, to be present for her family. I'm going to be the kind of mom who, I'm not here to impress anyone. I'm here to just share my life, share the things that I've learned, and just like be a friend for somebody, really, because I'm so lonely, you know, blessed beyond belief, but lonely. Things are challenging right now. And I think if there was ever a time to kind of branch out and like say, hey, I'm here, I think now is the time. So that's what I'm going to do. There's going to be just a lot of vlogs, a lot of cooking stuff, a lot of cleaning stuff, some family life. Maybe this will inspire me to get some organizational stuff done, so I can have some, you know, things to share with you. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not going to bite off more than I can chew. But if this sounds interesting, please subscribe. Please interact with me. Leave me comments. And right on time, little boy is waking up. Yeah, there he is. Okay, I gotta go get him. And I will talk to everybody soon. Thank you for watching.